He says the Supreme Court's immunity ruling does not apply in this case. Jonathan Turley joins us now. What was the judge's reasoning? If you were to put yourself in his shoes, what was he saying?
Well, he really iron-plated this decision. He said, first of all, this was not official conduct, but even if it was official conduct, it wasn't protected. And even if it was protected and some evidence came in that shouldn't have come in, it was all harmless error. So you can pick any one of those three and he would still be good to go. That is an opinion that is likely to get support from some people on the appellate level. What's interesting about the opinion is it really contradicts what many in the media have said for months, that the Supreme Court's decision granted sweeping immunity, that it was a, quote, death squad ruling. Merchan had no difficulty in finding exceptions that might apply to this case. And so I think a lot of judges would probably agree with the outcome, not necessarily all of the reasoning of Judge Merchan, but we will have to see. There are good faith arguments the Trump team made and will make on appeal.
And Stephen Chung, as a Trump spokesperson, said this: the decision is a direct violation of the Supreme Court's decision on immunity and other longstanding jurisprudence. President Trump must be allowed to continue the presidential transition process and execute the vital duties of the presidency. Could this spill into the new administration?
Well, that's the real question we're struggling with, Dana, here, because this judge has the longest performance of Hamlet in the history of New York and Broadway. I mean, we're waiting for him to just simply reach these decisions so that we can have clarity and, more importantly, an appeal. So he's got a number of objections to how he handled the trial. Some of us believe the trial is riddled with reversible error. He's unlikely to find that he committed those errors. And then he's got to deal with the sentencing question. You have District Attorney Bragg saying, well, maybe we should just leave him in sort of suspended animation for 4 years. That would leave the leash in the hands of Judge Merchan, this state trial judge who would just sit there pending a sentencing on the president. And I think many Democrats would like that. They would like him to be this defendant in waiting for 4 years. It's a perfectly horrific idea. And I hope that he doesn't take that, because it would be bad for the country. I think it'd be bad for the court.
Now, I just want to start by saying that this isn't about political sides. I think this is about some legal principles, fairness, and the very integrity of the American judicial system. So I think we need to talk about it. So let's just break this down, right? Judge Merchan, after what can only be described as a political witch hunt, has upheld the conviction for falsifying business records. That is Trump. The judge basically laid out a three-layer defense of his decision. He said it wasn't official conduct. But even if it was, he argued it's not protected. And even if it were protected and some evidence shouldn't have come in, it's all harmless error, really. This is like saying, I'm right because I'm right because I'm right. Yeah, I think so. It's a very, very interesting logic, and while it might get some support at the appellate level, I think that there are arguments being made on the appeal that should be seriously considered here. Trump team argued that the Supreme Court's immunity decision should apply, but Judge Merchan brushed that aside, saying it didn't apply in this case. And he found exceptions, which, okay, fine, maybe he's legally right, but it seems convenient considering how long the case took to even come to this point. And this is in direct contradiction with the Trump spokesperson who said the decision was a violation of the Supreme Court's ruling on immunity. This ruling flies in the face of those who are... This ruling really flies in the face of what many in the media were saying about sweeping immunity, just like Jonathan Turley said. And some kind of a death squad ruling, I'll say. It's like they had an agenda already, and we all know that. And now the judge is basically saying, nah, none of that matters. Really? I mean, where is the consistency here? I know that some judges might agree with this outcome, like Jonathan said, but not necessarily with Judge Merchan's reasoning. So let's just say, or let's just think about this. What about the idea of keeping the president in suspended animation for 4 years? That's what they're trying to do. That's what I'm thinking they're trying to do. And you have a district attorney, Bragg himself, who thinks that's okay. This is frankly terrifying. A defendant in waiting for 4 years. This is what the American people really voted out. Now, this whole idea of having Bragg, Josh Merchant, and now they want to keep playing the same card. I don't think it will go down too well for them this next 4 years. Really? Are we serious? Like, wow. Now, many Democrats might really love this, but I hope the judge doesn't do it, because it's really bad for the country, for America, and the American courts. It's really bad for them. So just look, okay, this isn't about one case or one person. I think this is about the president being set here. Are we okay with such a stretched interpretation of the law, so much that we might undermine the entire system? Because this is what this is getting to. And all this time we are waiting for clarity and appeal to happen. If you look at this case, there are so many valid reasons to believe that the trial was riddled with reversible errors, in my personal opinion. So if we take a hard look at the implications of this could really spill into some kind of really tit for tat. Yeah, because one administration letting this happen to the next administration, to let this thing spill over to the new administration, is really, really a very bad precedent. The case can affect more than just Trump. How is the country supposed to really function when such crucial decisions are constantly under review or delayed? I think some very important questions are being ignored here. That's my personal opinion. And the decision has really left lots of Americans concerned about the fairness and the application of our justice system, or the American people's justice system. Well, I hope the appeal court will be more reasonable for the sake of America and the sake of the world, because this is a kind of injustice they want to really, really put out there for the whole world. Like, they can just come after you at any time. It doesn't matter who you are. If they can do this to Trump, they can do it to anyone. In any case, yeah, I'd just like to know. Just let me know what you think in the comments below. Do you agree with this decision? Do you think it was really fair? And what do you think about the idea of a defendant in waiting for 4 years? Wow. America? Is this America? Or is this some kind of, third world country? Banana Republic, that's how they call it, right? Anyway, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video. We need to be talking about these important issues all the time. And thanks for tuning in to Black Coffee Podcast. I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.